ICRC Friday Night Football, week number 7, and we are at Doc Kunsel Stadium on the campus of Mariemont High School, where the Warriors are taking on the Reading Blue Devils tonight in CHL action. Hello, I'm Bill Bretz. Joining me is Bob Murphy. And Bob, this game, obviously the league is still online here. Both teams only have one loss. But there's more than that. Playoff implications in this game, big time.
Almost definitely. You look at the records, both teams are 4-2. But the difference where they stand in the playoffs, Reading sits at number 3. Mariemont is 6 spots out of getting in the playoffs at 14 because their opponents have not had enough victories to get enough points. So it's I think the game is bigger for Mariemont because it really give them a push than it is for Reading.
I agree with you because I think Reading could lose this game and probably still stay in that top 8 right now. But Mariemont, they lose this game tonight, they might not be recovered the rest of the season on it.
They may not. It's a big game for Mariemont, too. They're trying to get their 8th straight season of 500 or better. The win tonight would guarantee that.
All right, this Mariemont defense has been first game of the season. They had a shootout with Oakwood, and they lost 42-41. Since that time, though, that defense has been great.
Yeah, they had 5 games. They've never given up more than 2 touchdowns, I believe, and they've done 2 shutouts, too. Offensively, Mariemont relies on the running of Alec Vianello. He's a senior running back. Last week, he rushed for 89 yards on 19 carries. They're quarterbacked by Wally Rennie, Jr. He can throw, he can run. He's got a host of receivers that he likes to throw the ball to, mix it up. But as you said, they're going to rely on their defense to try to shut Reading down.
Curry Cummins has been at Mariemont for 5 years. Mariemont was always that rushing team year after year after year, but he's kind of brought the spread offense into this game and is really wide open now.
It is wide open, and when Rennie gets out of the pocket, you don't know. He'll throw the ball downfield or he'll take off running. They're exciting to watch, and Reading's going to have their hands full defensively.
Well, Rob Page and the Reading Blue Devils, they have a team that can score big time. And last week against Madeira, they have 4 touchdowns. All of them were big-time plays. And they do it all over the place with interceptions, on special teams, passing and rushing. This is a team that's really starting to gel now offensively in the last few weeks.
Yeah, they have. We saw them earlier in the year when they were a little stagnant. But since then, they've been playing lights out, both sides of the ball. And like you said, they create turnovers. They get scores on special teams. They flip-flop the field. And they're just very opportunistic.
Okay, it's going to be a big game here tonight at Doc Kunsel Stadium because a lot is on the line for both teams. It is homecoming night here at Mariemont High School. Don't go away. Join Bob and I for the play-by-play coming up. And when we say we're going to come right up, we're not kidding. Bill Bretz here. We are right up here. So Bob Murphy, Bill Bretz here joining us on week number 7 ICRC Friday Night Football. Reading won the toss. The Blue Devils have deferred. They're going to be kicking off. Brady Holliday, Alec Vianello, and Daniel Casella back. And it's Holliday with the kickoff return from Sam Sofil, and we're now getting started here on this very, very big CHL game tonight for both of these teams. Glad you joined us here at Doc Kunsel Stadium here on homecoming night. As you said, Mariemont will be getting the ball first, and that'll be Wally Rennie at your quarterback. Alec Vianello in the backfield. Mooring, Gears, Perkins, Hernandez, Greismeyer are your down linemen. Casella, Holiday, Bortz, and Coward are your run receivers as they do the spread offense. Curry Cummings, his 5th year at Mariemont as head coach. In the shotgun formation, Wally Rennie. Rennie back to pass on the first down, and he's got his man open on the far side over there. Did not catch the number yet, but I believe it's Charlie Coward. Charlie Coward with the catch. Coward comes in second in receptions with 13. Reading's defense will run that down on the next play here. It's 2nd and now 4 for the Vianello with the carry, and Reading's got him bottled up. He got back to about the line of scrimmage. Reading's defense, we've got Combs and Ferntag. They are your down linemen. Cromer, Cox are your ends. Jackson, Asbrock are your linebackers. Drailing, Van Skype, Flagey, Vaught, and Fulton are your defensive backs here for the Blue Devils now. It's 3rd and about 3 now for the Warriors on about their 30-yard line. Give is Vianello. He's got a hole. He's got a first down and more. Vianello out to about the 39-yard line. Picked up about 6 or 7 on that play.
Well, the Warrior offensive line opened up a nice hole for Alec on that one. Able to keep the chains moving.
As we said, Vianello comes in first in the CHL in rushing by 1 yard over Mark Manfredi from Madeira this week. So Vianello coming into the game at 671 yards on 112 carries. Average is about 6 a carry. Markers move now for the Warriors. Rennie back to pass. He's going to keep it now. He's rushing, and he is going to make a first down out to about the 49-yard line.
There are those legs we talked in the pregame. He gets outside the pocket. You've got to contain him, or it's going to be a long night for the Reading defense.
Rennie had 11 yards on that pickup. Your officials tonight, Alan Forsythe is your referee. Brad Snyder is your umpire. Jerry Fick, the linesman. Kurt Hafner, line judge. Murray Allen, the back judge. They're actually spotting the ball at the 48, so he got right to where he needed to be for the first down marker. Man in motion, high snap. It's given to the man in motion. That's Casello. He has got hit big time in the backfield. Looks like Tanner Cromer came up with a hit, along with Gabe Van Skyte. And he actually picked up a yard.
Gave him about a yard. If Reading can keep him in those 2nd and 3rd and longs, it'll be beneficial for him. But
that Reading defense, we talked about both teams' defense. We talked about the Mariemont defense being pregame. The Reading defense has some good individuals up there right now at the top of the CHL. And Holiday with the reception from Rennie. Rennie now is perfect tonight, 3 for 3 in passing. Rennie
Mancini Jackson, that ball looked like it went right through his hands. I thought he was going to get a knockdown there.
As far as Reading goes right now, Justin Dralian is first in the CHL in interceptions. Tanner Cromer is 2nd in tackles. Andy Combs 3rd in tackles. Cromer 1st in sacks. He has 11 sacks so far, Bob, and he is way ahead of the 2nd place guy, which is Andy Combs, 5.5. So 3rd down and about 3 or 4. Reading showing blitz. Vianello, he's got some running room. Vianello, first down and more inside the 30 down to the 29.
A little trap on an inside handoff there, and it opened wide in the middle, and he was able to pick up a huge chunk of yardage.
He picked up about 20 yards on that carry. The ball sitting at the 30-yard line, so they started about the 30. So far, they've moved the ball well. Both teams last week in their game with Indian Hill moved the ball well, just nobody could dent the end zone very well. Holiday, a play action, nice grab by Casello, and he's in the end zone. Nice fake by Wally Rennie.
Being able to run the ball, set up play action on that one, first down. Through the linebackers, he threw it right over the top. And
that's actually, it's Randy Holloway with the reception, number 5, and 30-yard TD. Rennie, he strikes early here with 8:33 to go in this game. Rennie. And now Cameron Hollander now is going to try to put on point number 7. So with 8:33 to go, Mariemont gets on the board quickly here. Hollander, 22 for 25 in PATs this year, 2 for 3 in field goals.
Got a personal foul call on something. I don't know if they'll assess it on the kickoff.
It's on Reading.
Yeah, they will assess it on the kickoff.
They're talking to Rob Page on the sideline there, Coach Page. 2nd year at Reading. So here we go, Hollander ready to go. Randy Holiday actually is the long snapper. Casello will hold. Ball's down, and Hollander splits the uprights.
It didn't take long for the Warriors to march down the field. 3 minutes, 27 seconds to grab a 7-0 lead.
And they did it on about a 70-yard drive. Rennie was perfect in passing right there, but Vianello had a couple of big first down rushes. Wally Rennie finished it off with a 30-yard pass to Randy Holiday. And for Holiday, that will be his third touchdown of the year, second one receiving. He's had one on the ground. And for Rennie, that is his 9th touchdown pass of the year. He came in 5th in the CHL in yardage with 730. Probably added about 50 or 60 on that first drive there. So now Reading will get the ball first. Both teams 4-2 on the season. Both teams have one loss in the CHL.
Now getting that 15 yards on the kickoff, you might want to try a little squib or even an onside kick here because you've already got good field position. I don't think you want to kick it in the end zone from here. I think you want to try to pooch it around, bounce it around, maybe get a turnover. Not just give them the ball at the 20-yard line.
Van Skyke and Mancini Jackson are back right around the 4-yard line. Hollander's kick.
Nope, he's going to try to kick it through the uprights.
Drilled through the uprights, so it's going to come out to the 25, 20.
20-yard line. I don't agree with that. I think they should have tried to maybe squib it, pooch it. Anything could happen, get the turnover.
You don't see a whole lot of kicks into the end zone in high school football. But that one was kind of easy there for Mr. Hollander. So Ready now goes to work. Quarterback Johnny Miller. He's a senior. Adrian Simmons in the backfield. Wiesman, Phelps, Burkhart, Combs, and Girard are your down linemen. Asbrock is your end. Drailing, Van Skyke, Jackson are the receivers. Now they set up in slot. And the give is to Simmons, and he's got running room close to the 30-yard line, close to a first down on the first carry of the game for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, just short.
We're going to call it a second and about a half a yard here. So Simmons officially picks up 9 yards on that. Adrian Simmons right now is 4th in the CHL in rushing. He came in with 548 yards. Average is about 5 a carry. Miller, pass. Mancini Jackson, he's got the first down and driven back some. They're going to take it from his forward motion, so he picked up about 4 and about 5 officially on it. So the ball going to be spotted at the 34-yard line. So a new set of downs. Mancini Jackson, 22 catches coming into the game for 445 yards. He was second in yardage in receiving. Miller in shotgun, Simmons next to him. Trailing in motion. And to give his to Simmons. Simmons coming back over the right side, over the right tackle.
Marquand Curtis, a sophomore. Big tackle there, grabbed Simmons around the legs.
Marshawn Curtis, Kyle Mason, and Marquand Curtis are your down linemen. Yes, the Curtises are related. Greifsmeyer, Coward, Gunner. Clawitter are your linebackers. Casello, Holiday, Vianello, and Justin Taylor are your defensive backs. Simmons gets some running room. He breaks a tackle.
He's got a first down.
Out over the 45-yard line to about the 46.
Yeah, Simmons is a load. When those defensive backs see him get around the end and coming at him, they don't want any part of him.
5'10", 215 pounds. He has been the yeoman's carrier for the Blue Devils back there this season. He has 111 carries. All the other running backs on the stats show about 45. New set of downs for Johnny Miller. Back to pass on first down. He's got a man open. That's Tanner Cromer. Cromer started the season playing mostly defense, but he's come over and played some offense now. It's his second catch of the season. And it's good enough for about 7 yards, so 2nd and 7. Well, the Warriors had no problem moving the ball on their first possession, and Blue Devils are doing the same on theirs. Play action. And pass is to Cromer, and he's got it out of bounds into Warrior territory at the 35-yard line. Well, he's already had a good core of receivers. You put Cromer in there, it's even better now. And
Cromer so good on those last 2 catches, reaching up and catching the ball with his hands, not letting it get into his body. And that's a lot of times these young receivers, they try to cradle the ball and it bounces off. And good job of using his hands.
Simmons on the first down carry here. Simmons inside the 30 down to, let's see where his knee went down. His knee went down at the 27-yard line. That's 8 yards on the first down carrier. So 2nd and 2 for the Blue Devils. And what happened is the Warriors were showing blitz, but they encroached. So that gives them 5 yards, and that's going to be a first down the easy way.
Can't argue with that. We'll take the first down for the Blue Devils.
I honestly thought, Bob, at the beginning of this game tonight, considering how good the defenses are on both sides, this would be a low-scoring game. But so far, both defenses are not doing well. There's Miller. He's airing it out. Mancini Jackson out of the end zone, and flags go in. It's going to be pass interference. Now in high school football, it's what, 10 yards, I believe?
I thought it was 15 for the pass interference, but down here it should be half the distance.
Right. Well, that's a 20, around 22-yard line. So let's see what Alan Forsythe's going to do here.
They put it at the 11.
So you're right, half the distance.
First down.
And it's a first down, so Reading in the red zone now. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. Miller. Simmons now sets up on his right side. And a give is to Simmons. Simmons finds some running room around the left side. He's down to about the 5-yard line, picked up about 6. Blue Devils can get another first down down here, so. They picked up about 4 on that one, so they're going to say second and 6. Ball at 7-yard line. See if Miller goes for the end zone. He does. He lobs it up. There's Mancini Jackson. He catches it. Is it good?
Yes,
it is good. 7 yards of Mancini Jackson.
Throw the jump ball to Mancini in the corner.
That's a good guy to throw it to. So Reading gets the touchdown. They answer on a 7-yard Miller to Mancini Jackson. Sam Sofio now. The hold of Marcus Flagey. Trying to tie this ball game up. And he does. So we have gone 4:28 now to go in this first quarter, and we got ourselves a tie ball game right back where we started again. So both teams, Bob, very impressive on their first drives.
Yeah, these defenses got to figure out a way to slow them down.
Well, for Johnny Miller, that was his 7th touchdown pass that he has thrown this season. He came in second in yardage with 820. He picked up quite a bit on that too, on that particular drive for Mancini Jackson. This will be that was Jackson's 5th touchdown of the season, 4th one as a receiver. Say he is big play, Bob. And when I say he's big play, he averages 20 a carry, or 20 a possession when he catches the ball. So Sam Sevillo's teeing it up. Kick it off now to the Mariemont. Brady Holliday, Alec Vianello, Daniel Casello back, and he squibs this one. Picked up by one of the up guys here and out to about the 40-yard line. Number 32, Jack Borgernine. He's a freshman. So the Warriors are going to have good field position here with 4:23 to go in the first quarter in a tie ball game.
Well, last possession they went 70 yards. Now they've got a field of 60.
Let's see if Rennie now will continue to have his way out there as quarterback. He's perfect tonight in passing. Both quarterbacks are perfect in passing tonight. Rennie's going to keep it himself around the right side, and he is upended.
There's your man making the tackle.
Yeah, it's, well, number 24 down there, Elijah Vaught.
Got him low and
kind of upended him. He picked up a hard 3 yards there, so it's 2nd and 7 now. It's time to Vianello, and he's not going to get very much, maybe a couple yards. Gang tackled by the Blue Devils out to about the 45.
The Reading defense has got a little stiffer at the beginning of this drive now. We've got him in the 3rd and 5.
This is a passing situation now. Let's see what he would do. He has 2 receivers out wide, out this side. Casello and Bortz are out on this side. Holiday and Coward out on the other side. Rennie over the middle, and Justin Drailing hit him the same time the ball hit him and broke that up.
Hold on.
Good tackle by Justin Drailing.
I think Mariemont's going to have to punt now, 4th and 5, because the way Reading went down the field on him, they don't want to give him this short field.
Hollander is the punter also. He averages 34 a punt.
Credit Drailing with that. I don't think if he catches the ball, he's going to be a yard or 2 short.
Deontay Sanders back at about the 15-yard line. This guy's dangerous. He had a 72-yard kickoff return last week. Line of scrimmage is at the 45. High snap. Good kick. See if he's get a, he does have a Mariemont bounce. Inside the 10, it's still rolling. Down to about the 6-yard line.
That's a good field flip right there for the Warriors.
It's about a 51-yard punt for Mr. Hollander. It's his 8th time he has been inside the 20-yard line with a punt. So 2:58 to go. Reading not going to have good field position. They did, though, stop the Warriors on the last drive now. Reading goes to work at their own 6-yard line. Johnny Miller standing just about his goal line, trailing in motion. Give us to Simmons. Simmons got a little bit of running room, though. We got a flag coming up on this one. I think it's coming back on the Blue Devils.
It's taken 3 or 4 Warriors to bring Simmons down every time he gets the ball.
I don't know if we have a motion penalty or we have a hold. Let's see what they. Haven't seen him signal it yet, but they are going back. Yeah, it is motion. I believe they had 2 men in motion. I think that was the problem. So half the distance. So back at the 3-yard line, it's going to set up a first and 13 now for the Blue Devils. They want to try to get out of this hole. And the Warriors want to try to bottle them up down here so they can get good field position. Miller standing in the end zone now. Back to pass. He's got Mancini Jackson open, and Mancini is hit instantly by Daniel.
Crowd looking
Casello.
for a fumble. He was down, and it went right back to Mancini anyway.
Yeah.
But he was definitely on the ground before the ball came out.
Well, it gave him a little bit of breathing room from the ball out to about the 9-yard line. So it's going to be second and 9. So at least Miller is standing on green turf now. Checking with Justin Draley now. He has trips out to his right. And I think we have a delay of game. So that's going to go back 5 yards. So Reading, a couple of penalties down here. Kind of penalties that your coach gives gray hairs.
Yeah, a lot of times those delay of games, I blame on the coaches. They're so late sending the plays in. It's, you know, they're got too many things on their mind. The play gets in late. Quarterback has to look real quick, and
boom! Just all of a sudden,
it's just taking too much time getting it in.
Miller back to pass in the end zone, passing out deep and
should have been picked off.
Almost got picked off.
Bounced right off Brady Holliday's hands. Might have went through his hands, hit his helmet. But he should have had a pick there.
Gabe Van Skyke was the intended receiver out there. So now it's going to set up a 3rd and about 13 now for the Blue Devils. They got to get out to about the 18-yard line for a first down. Big 3rd down play for Reading. I tell you what, they might have another delay of game. They don't give it. There it is. This time Miller's going to keep it himself. Got a little bit of running room, but he looked back inside, Bob, for a second there. It looked like he had some turf there to run on. But
I give him credit. He was doing it, making sure he put both hands around that ball to make sure it didn't get batted out down there.
Yeah, the Warriors.
Someone's down for the. Is that Johnny Miller getting up?
I think it is. Johnny Miller getting up slow. He's the punter. Oh, they got one of the Reading coaches out in the field to take a look at what's going on here, but actually I think that's Rob Page down there in the end zone talking to Alan Forsythe. Susan Blackson, the trainer for Reading's also out there, so I'm not sure, Bob, if they're looking at concussion protocol on that or what. But whatever it is, Miller is coming out, and he is the punter. He was scheduled to be the punter. Instead, it's going to be Sam Sofio, the PAT kicker, is going to punt. I'm just wondering, Bob, if he got his bell rung down there and they're taking him out for that.
That's
Sam
a nice
Sofio,
punt.
yeah, he got a nice punt. And fair catch made by Casella. And at the 42-yard line of the Blue Devils. Got a 33-yard punt there for Sam Sofio, and that's his first punt of the season.
He'll take that.
1:05 to go. Warriors got their best field position so far in this game. We're going to kind of keep an eye on Johnny Miller here in the sideline. He's talking to Coach Page right now. Well, the good thing is Bobby's not talking to a trainer.
Oh, yeah.
Wally Rennie, nobody in the backfield. Rennie, it's going to be a reverse.
Going to be a throwback, wide open.
Wide open. And that is a touchdown.
They got a penalty back here, though. Let's see what happens.
Actually, it was Rennie who threw the pass. And let's see this again because we have a flag coming back here.
Oh, it's on Mariemont. No score. Illegal man downfield, I believe. An eligible receiver downfield.
Well, the pass was made by Brady Holliday trying for a second touchdown tonight, but it's all going to come back. Actually, it was Wally Rennie on the reverse who threw it. I did not see who took the snap on that play.
Did Rennie throw it or Daniel Casilla throw it?
Well, maybe it's Casilla threw it.
Well, I thought Rennie took the snap.
Okay, so Rennie did, yeah. Rennie did take snap. But it is
And you hate when you have a nice play like that and you get a big play and then it's called back because that one's gone now. You can't use it again.
Yep. Back to the 42-yard line now. Rennie trying the option now. He's going to keep it himself and then brought down by Andy Combs. But not before he gets back to line of scrimmage, original line of scrimmage a little bit beyond. So he picked up about 7 or 8 on that play. Going to set up a 2nd and about 7 now. Andy Combs came in this game. Combs came in this game tonight 3rd in tackles and 2nd in sacks. High snap, Vianello around the left side. Vianello, they're trying to string him out. Kate Van Skyke did a great job coming in.
Great job. Made him go wilder.
Well, he technically did run north and south, considering where the stadium's set up, but so we have come to the end of the first quarter here at Mariemont. It is a 7-all tie. It's going to set up a big 3rd down situation for Mariemont to begin this second quarter here, as both teams are battling here for not only a shot at the CHL title, but as we said on the pregame, more importantly, a shot at the playoffs. And looking right now, Bob, looking up here at the playoff picture right now, Reading 3rd right now in the Harbins. They're both Division 5. They're in Region 20. And Mariemont is sitting in that 14th spot. And it sounds really bad, but obviously a win here tonight would help them. I'm not sure if it would move them into the top 8, but it would definitely help them. But if you look back at Reading right now, 2 of their wins are against Hughes, which is now 3-3 in the season, and that win against Summit, the game that we did. Right. Summit, that's their only loss. They're 5-1, and they are a Division 5 team too. So that is huge for Reading as far as wins go. Left on their schedule, they got Wyoming, which is a Division 4 team, 6-0. Taylor 2-4, Division 4. They've won 2 in a row. We'll talk about their last game here in a second. Get a break, and then Finneytown, Division 5 team. Rennie got a man open, and that's Charlie Coward, and he is open, and big-time play for Coward inside the 15, down at about the 12 or 13-yard line. Picked up about 22 on that play. Jackson with the tackle, but it's 1st down now for the Warriors. Now they're in the red zone. Vianello with the carry. Vianello is being pushed forward. So down to about the 7-yard line. Andy Combs giving credit for that tackle right now.
2nd down and 5 from the 7.
2nd and 5 from the 7. We started quarter number 2. Bill Bretz, Bob Murphy, glad you joined us here on a very nice night. A little on the warm side here. Vianello. Vianello turns up field inside the 5 down to about the 4. He picks up about 3.
Just short.
Vianello picks up 1.
I think he's going to pick up about a yard. It's actually, he said his knee went down on the 5. So, third and a kind of a short 2, I would say.
Plays just inside the 5. Tackle on the play.
Big play for the Warriors now. They are within Cameron Hollanders, and we've got a timeout. Taken by Reading. Reading's taking a timeout here at this point. They are within the range of Cameron Hollander right now, Bob. He has had 2 out of 3 field goals this year. They keep that ball in the middle of the field. It's almost like a chip shot for him.
Yeah, not much more than an extra point.
He was the only one that scored points last week in their loss against, or I'm sorry, he did not. He only scored the PAT. Alec Vianello scored the only touchdown last week, but they did a good job of keeping that Indian Hill team down to 10 points in that game. Indian Hill's lowest point total of the season. And standing next to me is the hardest working athletic director in Mariemont High School, Mr. Tom Nurl. So always glad to come in here. You know, Bob, we shouldn't be biased, but I think this is one of our favorite, if not favorite, places to come to as far as football games.
I'll be biased. It's my favorite.
Yeah. And Vianello.
Yeah, just short. His knee hit just outside, but it's going to be a first down.
It's going to be first and goal now for the Warriors. Vianello picked up about 4 on that run. Let's see if Alec will get it on this one. They're going to give it to Alec, and he's short again. Right back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to set up a 2nd and goal. It looked like he dove for the end zone, but he was too far out.
Well, I think he got hit, too, right before he tried to dive. Couldn't get any push.
Anyway, Tom Nurl, busy man today here with homecoming. Big night here tonight, as always. Yeah, that's right. They had a lot of distinguished alumni. They have a class of 67. I tell you what, they had everybody here tonight. Wally Rennie's going to keep it himself, and he's in the end zone. Wally Rennie, and that is Rennie's first touchdown of the season. Rushing will give him 1 yard on it. So Rennie, 1 yard run puts the Warriors back on top here with a 9:42 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Cameron Hollander now trying to tack on point number 14. And he splits the uprights. So it's always nice, Bob, when you have a short field to work with.
1 yard TD run to number 9, Wally Rennie.
As Mariemont is up 14-7 in this game. Wally Rennie, his first touchdown on the ground this year.
I think we're going to see Reading try to pound the ball more with
Simmons. Yeah.
Because, I mean, he punishes the defender when they try to tackle him.
They've also done some sweeps with Mancini Jackson, too. He's a big guy out there, too. Jackson 6'3", 215 pounds. I think the question right now, Bob, is Johnny Miller going to be coming back in?
Yeah, looking for Johnny on the sideline. I see he's got his helmet on. He's got a football, so he's coming back in. He's got the football to bring in.
The first game we did of the season, he and Marcus Flagey were quarterback by committee, but Johnny kind of won the job by game number 2, and it's been there ever since. Hollander with the kickoff. It's a squib kick, and Justin Drailing gets it. Takes the knee down at the 35-yard line, so Reading's going to have good field position here, 9:42 to go in the first half. You're looking at, we're talking about this, the Harbin thing. We're looking at Mariemont's remaining games. They've got against Division IV Taylor, 2-4, and then Wyoming, 6-0, Division IV, and Deer Park, 2-4, Division VI. So they've got 2 teams with losing records. and they really need that playoff spot. So we're going to be back here for that Wyoming game in a couple weeks. That might loom very big for them. Well, there's Simmons. Simmons chugging away there. Picks up about 2 or 3 yards before he was taken down by
the 3 Warriors on him.
Yep. One of them I know is number 75, Luis Hernandez. He's a senior.
Justin Taylor, number 3, was in there also.
2nd and 8 now for the Blue Devils. Their first couple of drives, they've done real well in the first down play, so they got a difficult time this time. There's a pass to Mancini Jackson. He's driven back, but his forward motion is going to pick him up about 3 yards.
Pass complete to number 10, Mancini Jackson.
Well, I tell you what, they seem to descend on him very quickly.
Yeah, they are. They're doing a great job of flying to the ball right now. That's a sign of a good defense when they all fly to the ball. Also, a defense that you can set up with some misdirection plays.
3rd and 5 now for Reading. Miller's got 3 receivers out. Cromer is lined up in a slot, Simmons behind him. And the give is to Jackson, and he caught the ball, and he's got a first down and more. They say he goes out about the 50-yard line, so we'll give him about 10 yards on that play. Good catch by Mancini Jackson.
First and 10 for the Blue Devils, right up to the 50-yard line.
Mancini's getting some looks from college right now. I know that Ashland's interested in him, but he's still keeping his options open right now. Jackson in motion. And the give is to Simmons.
That was Jackson.
Or Jackson, okay.
Kind of a jet sweep, if you will.
Well, he said earlier he does well on that. He picked up about 6 on that, so it's going to be 2nd and 4. Miller, Simmons bowls forward, and I think he's got the first down. He had to get over the 40. Looks like you're going to spot him. See where his knee went down. That's the key.
Simmons on the carry for the Blue Devils. Griezmann on the tackle.
Well, I tell you what, it's in. They bought the ball inside the 40. It's first down. Yeah, he just had to barely get over that 40-yard line. He did, so they moved the marker. Miller's got trips on this side. Mancini Jackson on the far side. Simmons. Oh, Simmons hit hard. Marquand Curtis.
MJ Griezmann, too. Griezmer caught him there, the linebacker. Curtis bumped him first, and then Griezmer came in and cleaned him up.
Marquand and Marchand are brothers from Mariemont. Both play down linemen here. Johnny Miller drops the snap, falls on it at the 45-yard line. And not something the Blue Devils want to see at this stage of the game, because that's now going to set up 3rd and 15. We're down to almost 5 minutes, Bob. Is this 4-down territory now for Reading?
Oh, I'm not sure about that, Bill. They will get the ball to start the 3rd quarter, so then they may not want to risk the chance of turning it over this far. This good field position for Mariemont. Rob's going to take a timeout.
Yep.
Blue Devils with their second timeout.
So Rob Page calls a timeout.
5:12 to play.
Rob is in his second year at Reading, his 1917 record. He was at Milan High School over in Indiana. Of course, everybody knows Milan. It's very famous for basketball. So the movie The Hoosiers based on Milan High School and their championship win back in the early 50s. He was also assistant coach at Centerville High School, Springboro High School. And he was assistant at Mercy First University and Eastern Michigan University. He is the offensive coordinator. Jason Friedhoff is the defensive coordinator. They were 5-5 last year, his first season there at Reading, and he now has a 4-2 record. Curry Cummins. I remember Curry when he was at Mount Healthy. So was at Mount Healthy.
Curry was at Mount Healthy. He was also somewhere else.
Oak Hill. He was at Mount Healthy for 5 years. Oak Hill for 6. He's been here for 5. 98-65 overall record. Ryan Drake is his offensive coordinator. Jim Barr is his defensive coordinator. As you said earlier, they have 8 straight years they've had at least a 500 or better record. So they're trying to go for that 9th season of 500 or better. Johnny Miller back to pass. He's got a man. No, he overthrows Mancini Jackson. That's triple coverage on him.
He had his mind made up as soon as he got the snap where he was going to throw the ball.
So now that sets up 4th down, and Johnny Miller will be in to punt now. So Mariemont with 5:06 to go is going to get the ball back again. Those years, those 8 years that Mariemont was have the 500 better record, 2013 and 14. Excuse me, they were in the playoffs. High snap. Miller gets a good roll, picked up by Holiday at about the 5-yard line. And so that's about a 40-yard punt. Holiday returns it about 5 yards. So it'll be at the 15, and that's where the Warriors will go to work right now. Of course, this team has been in the playoffs, Bob, quite a few times, 12 times in the playoffs. They were in the Final Four a couple of times, runner-up. One time in 1995, and that's under, of course, the great coach Tom Crosby, who's here 32 years. Ran into Tom about 2 weeks ago, church event. Doing well. He and Bernie Berry from Wyoming. Their families still do a lot of things together here. Oh, nice open field tackle by Tanner Cromer. Brings Yanello down in the backfield for a loss of about 4 on that one. He and the Bernie Berry travel a lot.
Yeah, I know with Tom, last time I spoke with him, he was doing a lot of traveling. I think he went up to Alaska.
Yeah.
You know how you retired guys are.
Yeah. Well, Tom is a legend here. There's no doubt. And a great guy, too. Wally Rennie. And Rennie is going to be sacked.
Oh, and I think he got face mask. I saw a flag come in.
Yep. So it was a sack, but it was brought down via face mask. So the good news is he was sacked. The bad news is it's going to be a penalty, and it's going to be from the spot of the foul. So it should be 15 yards.
Well, that'll be a first down. Oh, no, it won't be because it's not an automatic. I don't think it's a first down. I don't think it's automatic in high school.
Let's see what happened. No, it is. You're right. Second down. It's going to be second short down. Now. It's now a more makeable down for a first down. Wally Rennie alone back there in the shotgun. 5 receivers. Rennie looking. Now he's going to run himself, and he is going to be driven out of bounds at about the 21. He is going to be Actually loses about a yard on that one. It's going to set up a third. Good defense by Redding. Good cover
was
defense.
doing his best Doug Flutie on that when he gave the shake and bake, tried to get away, but good pursuit again by the Blue Devils.
And he had 5 receivers out there, and Redding had them all covered. 3:43 to go here in the first half. Warriors are up by a touchdown.
The official did a little housekeeping on Rennie there, putting his shoulder pad back inside his jersey.
Same formation again, 5 receivers. Rennie alone in the backfield. Rennie's driven back, and there's a pass and almost intercepted. Andy Combs almost picked it off, and boy, he was getting a huge rush.
From the way the rush happened, I thought it was going to be a screen pass because they were just coming almost untouched, and there was nobody there.
The rush put on by Cromer was 1. And I believe it might have been Caleb Cox and Cromer. So 4th down, Hollander now in the punt. Monty Sanders back at about his own 45-yard line. Line of scrimmage at the 22. And he kicks it away from Sanders. Wise move, I think, on his part, but did not go very far. Down at about the 41-yard line, so technically that's about a 19-yard punt. And he was trying to keep it away from Sanders. So Redding with 3:28 to go is going to have good field position, their best field position of the night.
Congratulations to the varsity golf team on their 4th place finish in the sectional tournament, qualifying for the district tournament in Beaver Creek.
All right, here comes Redding now, is coming out. Miller and Simmons in the backfield. Asbrock is out there as we got double tight ends out here in Asbrock and Cromer. And Simmons goes that way and picks up about 5 yards. Had a little extra blocker out there, Bob. And then with the double tight ends.
Well, I think they're just over 3. They have to try to push the ball right down Mariemont's throat now. Simmons is usually able to get a good chunk each carry if they don't try to stretch him out a little bit. Just let him run north and south, or on this field, I guess it'd be east to west.
Yeah. Cromer out, Grayling back in for the Blue Devils. Grayling Van Skuyt on this side, Mancini Jackson on the left. Give this to Simmons. Simmons has got running room. He's got a 1st down to about the 30, picked up about 7 yards and needed about 6. So he moves the sticks here, the ball at the 30. Marshawn Curtis in on the tackle. Simmons. And he gets a little spin move inside the 15 down at about the 14-yard line. And I think Aiden Asbrock set up over there. Gave him a pretty good block there.
Well, and then Simmons just swatting once he gets to the secondary, he's swatting the defensive backs away like they're flies or something. A couple spins that time. Take it down inside the 15.
Picked up about 15, 16 yards on that one. So the ball at the 15. Clock is moving now down to 2:09. Simmons again. This time, though, Warriors are going to meet him and push him back.
Simmons on the carry, wrestled down right at the line by Kyle Mason and Ben Fowler.
And Kyle Witter was in on that tackle. .145, clock is moving. Redding in the red zone now. Miller lobs it into the end zone. Is that Jackson? And he drops it.
I'm not sure. He was trying to get his feet down in bounds, but I think he was going to be out if he made the catch.
Yeah, I think you're correct. It looked like
Miller tried to make sure he threw it behind the defender, but he had much better coverage on that one than there were at the other end. We'll take another look here. Miller just puts it up early, and Mancini's trying to get right to the pylon, but Looked like his toes were out of bounds when he landed.
Yeah, Casello was defending him on that play, and he's only 5'8", so he's given up 6 inches, 7 inches.
3rd and 10 here.
Miller got Gabe. Oh, he overthrew Gabe Van Skyden. He had found him. He was been in the end zone.
That was awfully soft coverage there by Alec Vianello there.
Well, it looks like Sam Sofio is going to be in to try a field goal. He's got 1 on the season. This spot will be about 32 yards.
You want to try to get some points on the board here.
Marcus Flagey's going to hold. Sofio, 32-yard field goal attempt. Kick is up, and it is.
Looks good.
It looks good. Sam Sofio, 32 yards. Gets Reading on the board here. 14-10 is your score. So Sofio, his 2nd field goal of the season. So Reading gets on the board, and that's, as you said, Bob, earlier, that's big because they're going to get the ball coming out in the 3rd quarter, too.
Yeah, you like this. It's the old 2-for-1. If you can score late at the half, you get the ball. You just want to make sure you don't give up a score now with 1:20 left.
These two teams in the last 10 years, Mariemont has won 6 of the 10 games, including 5 of the last 6. Won last year, 16-13 was the score. So Sam Sofio now will be kicking off.
We got a Warrior fan in the booth. He's
right.
Excited.
It's a nice booth that's wide open here. There's lots and lots of people around here. Holiday, Vianello, Casello back for the Warriors. A little squib kick. Nice bounce, and it's going to be rolling down there, and it's nice job by Sam Sofio. He kicked it away from everybody down there. And
that was a smart play by Casello down there. He once he got away and he knew that they were coming down on him, barreling down, he just fell on top of the ball and said, we're going to get the ball and not turn it over. Interesting to see what Mariemont's going to try now, because you don't want to get too risky down here with a 4-point lead right before the half.
No run back on that play. The ball now, the line of scrimmage will be at the 22 for the Warriors. Rennie with Vianello in the backfield. The give is a Vianello, and he is swarmed down. And that's number 72 again for the Blue Devil, Caleb Cox. Caleb was a senior, 6'4", 235-pound senior. And he was psyched on that play.
Well, we see the clock run. Reading does have 2 timeouts left, I believe.
They might have 1. So I think he has taken
1
2.
left. He did take 2. So that's why he's not bothering to call a timeout. He's content getting the ball down 4 to start the second half.
3rd and long, Rennie. Back to pass. He's being rushed, though. Now out of the pocket. And we've got a block coming up here, so it's going to be brought back. So Wally Rennie, he's getting a lot of pressure the last couple of series here, Bob, by the Reading defense.
He's logging a lot of steps to not go very far either. He's running all over the field, not gaining anything.
Flag is thrown back at the 10-yard line. Is that a spot foul? Let's see. He's blocking it back. So if that's a spot foul, they're going to move it back to the 5, and that's where it is. They have to get all the way out to the 32 for a first down. And right now, Curry Cummins might just be content to run that clock out, not cause any more damage here, although Rennie is set up in the shotgun. right at his goal line. Give us a Vianello. Vianello's got some running room. Vianello's out and broke 2 or 3 tackles and all the way out, and we got a penalty coming up after the play is over with, and I think that one's going to be in the Blue Devils. So clock has stopped at 6.4 seconds. Nice run by Alec Vianello. See this again.
Didn't want to go down.
He broke 2 or 3 tackles in there. Cromer finally brought him down. But I think the late flag came in after the play was completed, and that usually means it's on defense. Well,
Mariemont will take a timeout with 6 seconds.
They did. They haven't marked anything off, Bob. I don't know if they threw or they waved off the penalty or what.
I think they did marked off 5. They must have called it like just he hit the face mask and didn't grab it.
So it's out to the 30. So it's actually going to be now a 3rd and 2. That's a lot better than about 3rd and 20. Or 2nd and 20 where they were. Coach Cummins calls a timeout. Talk this over.
Trying to decide if they want to have a play where they go for it here or just sit on the ball and go to the half.
Well, you do have some big time, you've got some players out there who can make some big time plays, including Charlie Coward over on this side. Do you try for the big play or you just be content? He's in the shotgun. Well, looks like Reading calls a timeout. So I guess Rob Page wanted to see how they were going to set up, and they were not going to set up in the knee formation. So
I never did see a signal. Who called the timeout? It was Mariemont again.
Oh, Mariemont. Okay, that's interesting. I would say right now, Bob, if you see him set up in the shotgun, you tell your defensive backs to play back.
Well, the problem with getting too deep is if you get too much space when they get the ball, then the playmakers still have the ball in their hands, and then you've got to chase them all over the field. You only play deep enough that you entice them to try to run down the field where you can, be there to make the play when the ball gets there.
See Coach Friedhoff there for Reading, defensive coordinator. Well, the deep backs are playing back here around the 40-yard line.
10 to 12 yards back.
And we have, I think, somebody lined up in the neutral zone or what? Or was, oh, wait a minute. He turned around and looked at Reading's sidelines, so they might have gotten a warning over here. Okay, he wants
sideline warning.
Sideline warning. He wants his players back at kind of a neutral blue zone there.
Give him a friendly sideline warning. Yeah, players must be behind the blue line from the 25 to 25.
6.4 seconds go. Wally Rennie in the backfield. He's back to pass to Vianello. Vianello's got some running room. And he's going to be brought down, and he's going to be brought down inbounds, and the clock's going to run out. So Reading's defense does hold him. And we go to the halftime here. We got a good one here tonight at Doc Kunsel Stadium as the Mariemont Warriors hold a 14-10 lead. Bob and I will be back for second half action. Don't go away.
We have Luke Weissman to take over from here.
back here at Mariemont Doc Council Stadium here. It's homecoming here tonight. They had we did not catch the king and queen who they are, but we do know the seniors won the float. They had an excellent float. I don't know if we had caught that at the beginning of the game here, but Mariemont up 14-10 over Reading. Mariemont scores Wally Rennie to Brandy Holiday for a 30-yard touchdown pass in the first quarter. Hollander with the PAT put him up 7-0, and then Rennie with a 1-yard run in Hollander's PAT. That was their 14 points. Reading's came on a Johnny Miller to Mancini Jackson pass for 7 yards, and a Sam Sofio 32-yard field goal. That's Reading's 10 points, and that's where we stand right now with Mariemont up 14-10 in a very important game. We've talked about this game here tonight. You see a big crowd here from both teams. Have brought a lot of people out here tonight. Let's go down our crew that we have here tonight. And our cameras, we got Kyle Evans, Lanice Davis, Josh Stemsfrott, Matt Hodges. Great camera crew out there doing a great night. And on graphics, we have Matthias Sequesterville Steele III. He is an award-winning graphic guy here. I think he's won several awards here. And then Matt Steele on replay. I think he's related to him. And Hugh T. Liddy so is the utility director. That's good. So and of course our main man Dean Lowry here tonight, our producer director. Dean came out here early, got everything set up, just does a great job here. Also, we like to thank Reading Athletic and Mariemont Athletic Department, John Payne over at Reading, and of course Tom Nurl, who we talked to a little earlier here at Mariemont. We always enjoy coming over here at Mariemont, and Bob and I will be back here in a couple weeks, and the Warriors will be taking on the Cowboys here. Reading gets the ball, and that's Simmons. Simmons was one of the up men, and it's not a bad up man to have there on your team there as he pushes about 15 yards out to the 35. That's where Reading will start.
He doesn't make it easy to bring him down, that's for sure.
We will be running back those playback times at the end of this quarter. And we will say that we made a bit of a mistake here. We'll say earlier, just a slight mistake here. Reading is actually fourth in the Harbins. I was checking Joe Eitel, and he's pretty accurate usually, but I think I checked Eitel before the Harbins were out officially for the week. So Reading is actually fourth. They're still in a home field position here in the playoffs. So Johnny Miller with Simmons next to him. Familiar formation here for the Blue Devils. Just put Simmons now on his right side. And to give this to Simmons right up the middle. And Simmons out close to a first down marker. Went right up over the middle over Andy Combs there. It's a nice guy leading your way for you.
I'm expecting a steady dose of that this half.
Yep. Picked up 9 on that play. 2nd and 1 for the Blue Devils. They're down by 4. These two teams, as we said, are not only battling to stay in the chase for the league title, but battling to stay for the playoffs. Trailing in motion. Miller's going to take it himself, and Miller is driven out of bounds. He loses about 5 or 6 yards. I'm not sure what happened.
Well, I'm not sure if that was the play they were running. I think maybe Drayling might have been supposed to get the jet sweep there, but he might have went by too fast. But by the time the ball was snapped, he was already past him.
So he loses about 7 yards on that play. Trying to set up a 3rd down and about 8. Miller, and I think Rob Page called a timeout right as he snapped the ball. And Coach Page is not too happy down there. I think, Bob, you were correct on the play before that they did not get that particular play done the correct way.
It just looked like he got through too fast, and Miller looked like he tried to reach up and be handing the ball, but then he just kept it and didn't have anywhere to go. So
Reading takes a timeout here. kind of critical right now, Bob, because that only leaves him with 2 timeouts now left, and we still got 11:09 to go in this quarter. As we said before, we will be running back to his playback times at the end of this quarter. We'll get a pencil and paper ready. ICRC. Another busy week for the ICRC crew.
You get your pencil and paper, or you can do what I do, just go to the website.
There you go. Talawanda at Harrison. That's the other ICRC game tonight. Miller back to pass with some pressure. And there's Cromer, and Cromer had it in his hands. And it looked like it's the old classic. He tried to turn to run and dropped the ball. He had it.
Yeah, I think he was really surprised when he came back to the ball. There was nobody there because
you can see this was a nicely thrown ball by Johnny Miller. Came up with it and just came right back down.
Little underthrown. Cromer saw it. He put on the brakes. The defender didn't. And I think, like you said, I think he was trying to catch it, turn and go before anyone came to him, and he just couldn't hold on.
So Reading's 3 and out now on their first drive. Miller back to punt. Holiday and Casella back at about their 32-yard line. Line of scrimmage at the 38, and he gets a nice bounce. Inside the 20, down to about the 16-yard line.
Couldn't have come at a better time for the Blue Devils.
That's going to be at about a 46-yard punt. It's a nice job by Johnny Miller. For Miller, that's his 4th time he has got inside the 20 this season. So Warriors get the ball now. They have the lead. And they've got 85 yards to get to the end zone. Cello motion. The give is to Vianello. Vianello met big time by Reading. Got Aiden Asbrock in on the tackle for Reading. Vianello gets about 5 yards. Going to set up a 2nd and 5 now. Ball at the 20. Well, if you're going to get a steady dose of Simmons, you're going to get a steady dose of Vianello on the other side.
One would think.
Cello motion. Brady Brady breaks a couple of tackles in the backfield, but finally is brought down by Gabe Van Skyte. And we got a Reading player coming up limping, Marcus Flagey.
Good job there by number 11, Braden Bortz, to not block in the back, because he was supposed to get that lead block out in front. He got beat, and then he just didn't push him from behind.
3rd down and about 3 now. Ball to 22-yard line. Rennie give to Vianello. Vianello is not going to get it, and so the Warriors go 3 and out. So it looked like at the beginning of the game where both teams scored on their first drives, and it might be a real shootout tonight, but both defenses have not done a bad job since that time.
Give credit to the defensive coordinators for making adjustments and changing their gaps in their reads, because they've really started to take some of the offense away.
So Hollander, he's back to punt. Last time he punted it away from Sanders. Sanders at this 40-yard line. Sanders, a 72-yard kickoff return last week. This time he does kick it away from him. Nice kick.
He had the directional kick to the sideline. I think if he took that one straight, it went over his head.
That's about where the ball is sitting, about 47, 48 yards on the punt. So Hollander came in with a 34 average. It's on the 30-yard line. So
it's about a 48-yard kick, 47-yard kick.
So 8:43 to go. We have the state rock and roll song being played here. Hang on, Sloopy. Did you know that? Did you
I don't believe that, Bill. I don't know where you heard that. Oh,
Mancini Jackson with the catch. Trying to get forward. Mancini.
well, I'm not sure he ever went down. We saw that. The ref, it didn't look like he did anything until after Mancini started running again. He was on the defenders. We've seen that play before.
Yeah, he's probably contending his knee never went to the ground.
He was sitting on the defender. I think the defender should have made an earlier break on the ball and had a pick six.
Unfortunately, he was the only person in the stadium that thought that way. So, but nevertheless, he picked up about 6 yards, second and 4. We're going to see this again.
Look at him when he goes down. We'll get to the other play in just a moment. And he goes down, and he's sitting on the defender, puts his right hand down, and he never goes to the ground.
No.
And
he was correct, or did he? Ooh.
No, he did not.
No, he didn't.
And the official, I didn't see him signal anything. And then after Mancini started running, then he ran in and put the ball down.
Meanwhile, Simmons rushed for about 2 or 3 yards. They have a 3rd and short now. Trailing Van Skyke on the left side. Mancini Jackson on this side. Give is to Simmons, and Simmons is fighting forward. He might have got it. That Mariemont defense toughened up there in the middle. Led by both Curtises and Kyle Mason. So they do move the sticks, though. He got enough. Ball to 41-yard line. Now Redding's got 2 in the right. Cromer lines up in slot, and the give is to Simmons, and Simmons driven back. Picked up about 2 or 3 yards in the first down. And that's going to set up a 2nd and 8 now for the Blue Devils. .6:33 to go here, drilling in motion. Give back the other way to Mancini Jackson. He's got a first down and more. Inside Warrior territory, still on his feet. Down to the 30-yard line.
Nice run there.
He picked up about 29 yards on that play, and that was all Mancini Jackson.
Well, he's a big play player for the Blue Devils, and when you need a big play, you like a guy like him to make it.
Last week in their win against the Madeira, Mancini has 72-yard pass from Johnny Miller. Blue Devils now at the Mariemont 30-yard line. And a give is to Simmons, picks up about 5 yards. So Simmons picks up about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5 right now. Blue Devils going to try to take the lead for the first time tonight.
Got a Blue Devil came off the sideline. He is an obvious pain in front of the bench here. Number 51. Trainers come around and take a look at him. Hopefully it's a cramp or something, because
51, I do not have that number on there. I don't know if we got a. Yeah, he's down on the ground. I can see that. Give us to Simmons. Simmons. The run-ins are getting a little tough down this side of the field here. He picks up maybe about a yard or so. Going to set up now a 3rd and about. I say he's going to pick up. He's going to pick up about 2. So it's long. Short 2, long 1. Looks like. See if he has this. He's been running a lot of, Coach Page has been running a lot of 2 tight end formations. He's got Cromer in there. Now it looks like there's both his tight ends. Let's see if he's going to give his Mancini Jackson. Jackson.
Nice little move
nice
to get
move.
the first.
Yep. He gets the first down to about the 17-yard line, 16-yard line. Redding is in the red zone, and Came right over those double tight ends. He's run that formation, Bob Warren, a few times tonight.
Yeah, well, you know, it's working, so they like to keep going to it.
See defensive coordinator Jim Barr on Mariemont's sideline. Miller. We got Simmons right up the middle.
Just putting just outside the 10.
He does a good job running over that center and run over Andy Combs. Andy Combs, of course, first team last year in the CHL. Does a good job blocking. That whole offensive line's done a good job tonight for Reading. Miller to snap. Spin move by Simmons, and Simmons could not get out of the tackle here. Charlie Coward among the many in on that tackle. Marshawn Curtis. So now it sets up a 3rd and about 10, or 3rd and about 6. Devils got to get down to about the 7-yard line. Simmons drops the ball on the handoff, and enough time for the Warriors to come storming in there now. Do you take Sophia and put him in there for another field goal attempt, or do you go for it? They got a 4th and long. Well, Sam Sophia is not coming in the game, so.
I think it'd be time to use him right now.
Well, they're going to do it. They're going to have a timeout. Now he's got trips to the right. Miller now. They're going for it. And he lobs it up. He's got Mancini Jackson down there, and it is broken up. Or did Mancini catch it?
I thought it bounced away. It must have bounced off of him right back to him.
Okay, Mancini Jackson celebrating
look at
down
that
there.
replay. He did the spoon in the mouth thing, but he was running away from the officials, so not a big fan of that. But.
Well, let's see this here. We're going to see this again from the end zone. It looks like Jackson bobbled it. Now you can see the ball is out.
Yeah, it goes up in the air, and it comes right back down to him.
What a grab by Mancini Jackson. Yes, he does. He holds on to the ball, and it is a 11-yard TD pass. Second one for Miller the Jackson tonight, and it puts Reading up. And PAT makes it now 17-14 in favor of Reading. As Reading takes the first lead of the night here at 2:42 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Miller to Jackson. That's Jackson's second TD pass of the night. This one for 11 yards. And for Mancini Jackson, it's touchdown number 6 for the year. Number 5 as a receiver. And that is quite a play. Well, I don't know if we'll be able to show that again. I don't know, Dean, if you can. Let's see if we're going to see that again. But what a catch.
Hey, take another look. There it is.
Yeah, there's
straight
Mancini.
up, and
straight at it. He cradled it right back in
on
again.
The ball and pulled it right back in.
That is a big-time play by a senior. Rob Page. Doesn't have a smile on his face yet because they haven't got a win on the board there, but he's got to feel pretty happy with how the Blue Devils did on that drive. As Reading now takes the lead for the first time tonight. 17-14. Sam Sophia now ready to kick it off. Another squib kick. This time, though, picked up by Holiday. Holiday loses the ball.
Oh, Warriors got back on it.
Oh, he got lucky on that. I don't know who is at the bottom of that pile, but whoever it is saved the day for the Warriors. I'm not sure who picked it up here. We're going to see there it is. He drops the ball on, and there's a player falling. I want to say it might have been number 3, Justin Taylor. Nevertheless, though, the Warriors get a big break there. Ball at the 35-yard line. 2:36 to go here in quarter number 3. Referees exchange balls there. Wally Rennie ready to go back to work here. Trips to his left. Vianello in the backfield. And it goes, and the ball is in and out of the hands of Brady Holliday. Little screen pass to Holliday. He was in open field too. Just couldn't hang on to it, so 2nd and 10 now. Reading trying to win, both teams are trying to win their 5th game of the season. Rennie, the Vianello, and
Rennie kept it.
And Rennie kept it. Nice fake to Vianello. And for Reading, just notice number 2 just came in the ball game. That's Cameron Moore. Came out in defense. He's lining up in the defensive line. Cameron's seen limited playing time this year. Rennie. And the pass is low. Had a big rush in there. Cameron Moore last year, though, was a running back for the Blue Devils. Had very limited playing time this year. He's had some injuries. You see him right there, number 2. Cameron, a 6'2 junior. 6'2", 210-pound junior for the Blue Devils.
They're forcing another punt. Back-to-back. Stopped by the Reading defense.
Hollander back. Sanders back at his 25-yard line. He's kept it away from Sanders so far tonight. See what happens here. There's the kick. This one, though, Sanders might. No, he's not going to pick it up. Wisely. Isella picked it up at the 23-yard line. That's where the Blue Devils will start. So Reading, 1:35 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Got the lead on a Johnny Miller, a Mancini Jackson pass. And for Miller, that was touchdown pass number 8 this season for him. Reading trying to hang on to this game. And now we were talking about they were 3rd. They're actually 4th in the Harbins, but a win here tonight, Bob, might move them up even a little further. Simmons gets out to about the 25-yard line before he's driven back. He picks up a couple on that play. So Reading trying to put a damper on the homecoming festivities here tonight at Mariemont, which were very good. We did not get a chance to have the halftime show on TV, but the band did a great job with the floats and
it was really
introduction to the court. We did not catch the king and queen.
Oh, I did. They put it on the big board.
Oh, okay. I did not. I saw the queen. I did not see the king. Oh. The pass was to Mancini Jackson. Mancini's a little bit slow getting up. He's not getting up. And I think right now, Bob, where he's sitting down there, it could be a cramp. Susan Blackston, the Reading trainer, is running out. She's working that leg, and usually that means it's a cramp. So we have an injury timeout. Of course, Mancini will have to come out of the game.
Correct.
50.7 seconds ago here in quarter number 3. Saw him go down there, but did not see. There's no real contact made. That's why I think it's probably a cramp.
Well, the way she's working his leg, I don't think it would be a knee or a joint issue, because she yanked it up in the air and started pushing on it.
Well, our big guy in the truck, Dean Lowry, says he thinks he might have came down on his ankle funny. We'll see what happens.
Well, now he is walking funny on it there.
Yeah, he is. We'll see this again. Wasn't really any real contact there. Okay, yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
He did came down funny on an angle. Well, that's a big blow for the Blue Devils not to have him in there. But they still got some big play guys out there, that's for sure. Johnny Miller out of the pocket, throws, and he throws it short. So it's going to be 4th down. Reading's going to have to punt now.
Mancini's looked very frustrated on the sidelines walking there and trying to start walking it off, but he wasn't happy when he started walking.
No. It doesn't look like he's favoring the ankle just from watching him right now. Johnny Miller, they're going to be back to punt now with Holiday and Casello. They're going to be back. Mariemont's going to have good field position here with 44 seconds to go in this half, or in a quarter. Of course, as a lot of these players do on both sides, Mancini does play defense too, so he might not be on this series, though. Miller, punt. Not a bad punt. And we had a collision over here.
Well, we have one of the injured players working out on the side.
And actually,
it looks like one of the.
This is not one of the players that's
not
dressed.
there that got hit. That's not a player at all, I don't believe.
That was Daniel Casello with the run back. Well, Susan Blackston was concentrating on Mancini Jackson. Now she's concentrating on the other player. As Mancini's back in the ball game.
Well, that's not a player. That's a fan or personnel or.
I'm not sure who that is. That's hoping that. I'm looking right now. I hope that's not Richard Morgan down there.
It is Richard.
It is Richard.
Richard on the sidelines.
Oh my. Two of the officials are coming over and take a look at it. Yeah. Richard Morgan, of course, the longtime announcer for Reading football and basketball on the away games. He gets down on his sidelines. He's getting up, helped up by the players. If you go over the Reading, the press box over there is named after Richard. Well, Richard, we wish you the best. He's a class act out there. Kind of limping around. Wally Rennie with the ball. Rennie out to about the 50-yard line, picks up about 3 on that first down play. And the clock is running down. They might not be running off another play here in this.
And the officials would like it if the quarter ended like this, because all they do is switch sides.
Yep. Move that ball about a foot. Well, we're under 10 seconds to go. Looks like they might have a chance for a play here. Rennie does. Rennie, play action. Being to pass was to Daniel Casella. So they're going to have to move it a little bit further there. And Casella might have gotten a first down there on that. See where they put the spot at. Looks like he did. So time has run out here in the third quarter. Reading Blue Devils taking the lead now in this game, 17-14 over Mariemont Warriors. Those playback times will magically appear in front of you. Look at that. Saturday, 3 o'clock, Channel 4, Channel 834. We're on Cincinnati Bell 2. Sunday, the 8th, 8 p.m., Channel 8, Channel 838. Monday, the 11th, just on ICRC, on Spectrum, I should say, Channel 24. And then brunch with Bob and I on the 12th. That's at 10 a.m., Channel 8, Channel 838. Also, check out the other game we said tonight. We have Talawanda at Mount Healthy tonight. So, Mount Healthy the other way around. Mount Healthy at Talawanda tonight. Mount Healthy, there's a team that's got a shot again at the playoffs. So, they've been there for the last few years. We have them. Next week, one of the games we have next week is Mason at Princeton. That's going to be big for the Comets to stay alive in the playoffs. I don't think anybody's going to win that league except Coleraine. It seems like every year the GMC, no matter what Coleraine does in the preseason, they just kind of march right through that GMC. Wally Rennie. Pass was a bit low.
But it was right where only his man could get it. He just couldn't pull it in.
That was on for Holiday. So we begin quarter number 4. Mariemont on the drive, Reading with the lead. Second and 10 now. Reading with Vianello in the backfield. Give is to Vianello. Alec Vianello trying to stiff arm his way around the left side. Makes about 5 yards. They were honoring the classes here tonight from the past few decades, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I know Alec has had some older siblings here. I think he had a sister might have been recognized out here tonight in one of the previous classes. The Vianello family has been around here in Mariemont for a while. Trips on his left. Rennie. Pitches to Vianello. Vianello's got a first down and more inside the 30, down to about the 27-yard line. Picked up about 7 or 8 on that play. Good enough to move the sticks. So Mariemont has started this fourth quarter on the move here. Ball on the 27. Low snap. Vianello. Holiday, and he is taken down. Like Jermaine Fulton took him down at about the 20-yard line. Gain of about, actually they're going to give the credit to Cromer.
Give him 6 on the carry.
Yeah. So Vianello, this time he doesn't give much on that, maybe a couple yards. Going to set up a 3rd and short. Now we might have some decisions down here, Bob.
Less than a yard.
Yeah. If they do not make it, you put Hollander out there to get some points. They would love to make it, though. Wally Rennie. Play action. And a give is to a Coward. Charlie Coward. Big 3rd down reception here for the Warriors. Down to the 10-yard line. Moves to sticks. So it's going to set up a 1st, and the sticks are down, so it's 1st and goal at the 10-yard line for the Warriors. Charlie Coward, big catch for the Warriors. Rennie now, new set of downs. Alone in the backfield. Rennie's going to take it himself. And penalty, and it's way it's thrown right now. I think this one will be coming back. Oh, we have a face mask on Reading. Oh, I thought it was, yeah, that's going to be a first down. My bad. It goes the other way. Going to be half the distance. So it's at the 4-yard line, so it's 1st and 4 now. Let's see if this Reading defense can have a goal line stand now with hanging on to a 3-point lead. And it's a Wildcat formation, and that is taken by
he's in.
Casello. Casello and the Wildcat took the snap, went the 4 yards. Danny Casello with the touchdown. His number 9 for the year for him, and that is a big one.
Big extra point coming up for the Warriors. Make it a 4-point game.
Casello, a 4-yard run. Cameron Hollander. Casello holds. Kick is up, and he splits the uprights. So Hollander makes it a 4-point lead again now for the Warriors as they go up on top 21-17 with 9:09 to go in the game. Casello has had 7 touchdowns. That's his 8th rushing touchdown this year. He's caught 1, but that was a big one. That puts the Warriors up now by 4 with 9:09 to go here in the game. Mariemont, 3-time league champs. So that was back 94, 95, and 96. That's when they made a run up at state. And they were in the Final Four in 95. Runner-up in the state 95 under Tom Crosby. Actually, 2 times runner-up under state in the state, 1980 and 1995 with Coach Crosby. It's kind of some glory years back during that time for the Warriors. They've had a decent team, as I said, trying for their 9th season, 500 or better. Nice catch made by a Blue Devil down there. That's Sanders, Keontae Sanders. So Sanders picks up 2 or 3 yards, gives Reading good field position now. Caught that on the fly. So here we go, Reading with the ball at the 37-yard line with 9:05 to go here in the game. Mancini Jackson and back in his usual position on the left side there. Simmons with the carry. Simmons has got good move, spin move right there out to about the 45-yard line. Picks up 8 on that play. Adrian Simmons has done a great job on first down runs tonight. And that's what you need, Bob. You need a pounder like that to get you good yardage.
Yeah, get some yardage, eat some clock. Ideally, what Reading would like to do is be able to take about 8 minutes and 30 seconds off the clock and go down and score.
Yeah. Gives his Simmons another spin move. He's got a first down, and he's being pushed back, but he made that first down by about 3 yards, or about a yard. So it's a 3-yard gain. Ball out to the 49-yard line, and Reading now starting another set of downs. And Sean Curtis in on that tackle. Sean came in with 4 sacks. He was 4th in CHL this week in sacks. Simmons, this time in the backfield, and he breaks a tackle. And actually, he broke the tackle and lost more on that one. Nice job by Mariemont.
And Max Gears came in, made the hit, and the helmet flew off.
Vianello was in on that tackle. And Curtis. So he broke a tackle. Would have been about a 1-yard loss. And he got re-tackled for about a 3-yard loss, 2 or 3-yard loss. Johnny Miller, back to pass. He's got Mancini Jackson. Oh, and that's intercepted down there. Justin Taylor with the interception. I thought Mancini was going to do another acrobatic play, Bob, of pulling it back in, but Taylor came up with the interception.
Very opportunistic play by Taylor.
Big play by Justin Taylor. Taylor's second pick of the season now. There you can see the acrobatics again, but this time Taylor took it away.
Not able to bring that in.
So now with 7:17 to go, you think the Warriors are going to melt the clock now because they've got the 4-point lead. We got any, I know, Bob, you're looking right now, we got any other CHL score here? Cole Rain all over Lakota East.
Fairfield was all over Middletown. No. Mason was all over Middletown, and Fairfield was all over whoever they had tonight. Keep it the same way.
So Vianello picks up 6 on the first down run. And as we said, Simmons has done a good job on the first down runs tonight. Equally good on Alec Vianello for the Warriors. Vianello pounding the ball forward. This time, though, he gets back maybe just a little beyond the line of scrimmage. You see Andy Combs down on that there. Jermaine Fulton. It's going to be 3rd and a long 2 now for the Warriors. Clock down to 6:20 to go in the game. Justin Taylor, big interception for the Warriors, give the ball back with a 4-point lead. Rennie tried the option play, and they got that covered up pretty quickly, and Rennie barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. Now it's 4th down, so Reading's defense goes 3 and out on that, so you might say no harm, no foul on this time, but
Blue Devils loss was a little time.
Yep. He might have lost a few yards here. Deontay Sanders back around the 21-yard line. Line of scrimmage at the 42. Hollander, last time he punted, he had a great one. That's what he does now. Good snap. Kick is up. This one's going to be short. See if it gets a roll. It does get a nice roll for.
I think it had a bounce first.
Did it go out of bounds? That's where the official was standing. Yeah, so it went out of bounds, and that bounce didn't help him. So this time Hollander gets about a 24-yard punt off. Reading back in business here at their own 34-yard line. 5:18 to go in the game. Looking right now at timeouts, Bob, and I talked about this earlier. Remember, Rob Page called a timeout right at that first series.
Right, beginning of the second half.
Yeah, so he only has 2 timeouts left. Kurt Cummins has all 3 of his left. Simmons. And Simmons, once again, I think they set up in a double tight end formation, and Simmons ran over that direction and picks up another 7, 8, 9 yards on a first down play. Let's see where he went out of bounds. They said he went out of bounds at about the 41-yard line, so he picks up 7 on that play. 2nd and 3. Simmons pounds it forwards, got a first down over the 45 out to about the 46. Picks up about 5. Gets a we don't have stats on the running backs tonight, but I believe both Vianella and Simmons have got to be close to 100 yards tonight.
Simmons has got to be close to 100 carries.
Yeah.
Has there been another Blue Devil run the ball? I mean, Jackson ran one.
Jackson ran
sweep.
the sweep. Yeah, that's about it.
I don't think Miller really ran the ball at all.
No. Well, there's Simmons again, and plows forward another 6 or 7 yards into Warrior territory down to about the 47.
He's so big and strong. He's pounding and pounding and pounding. The defensive backs take a beating trying to bring him down.
And what we mentioned before, both teams have more than a few guys playing both ways. Some guys been out in the field an awful long time tonight. Johnny Miller, and I'm not sure. He was really getting the pressure put on by Kyle Mason, and he didn't even come close to getting a receiver. I'd say he was out of the pocket, Bob. I don't know if that would if he was still in the pocket, it might have been questionable about grounding.
It also looked like it might have slipped out of his hands as he threw it. More of a shot put than a pass. Like he had trouble gripping the ball.
3rd and 3, big third down play for both teams here. 3:37 to go. And a give is to Simmons. Simmons bowls
just
forward.
short. He's just short. I see Jerry Fick coming in. He's right on the 45-yard line. He needs to get to about the 46. Or excuse me, the 44.
So they're going to put it right down at the 45-yard line. It's going to set up a 4th and 1. And I think Rob Page has got to go for this. There's no doubt with 3:13 to go. And they might. Well, Drayling's out, and he puts another tight end and Asbrock in. Let's see if he runs over that formation. Oh, that could be a penalty. A big stop by Mariemont. Huge stop. Charlie Coward, I know, was in on that.
That was just
Curtis. I thought they might have had a man in motion because it looked like they had a player going forward before he snapped it. You can't see it from this angle, but Warrior defense comes up huge.
I couldn't see which Warrior it was, but he got underneath the block. Grabbed Simmons by the feet, and then the rest of the Warriors come in to clean him up.
So now 2:48 to go. We're going to see it again. See it if you look on
like it there.
You look like there was a man in motion. The old Canadian football. You can have your receiver running forward. Wally Rennie's going to keep it around the left side. And Wally Rennie slides. He doesn't want to be out of bounds.
He didn't get out of bounds. That's a smart play by Rennie there. He slid before he got out of bounds, so the clock would keep running.
Good job by Wally Rennie. Like I said, he didn't want him to have that clock stop, so he did the old slide. You can see him coming around this way. Now he's going towards the sideline. He sees the sidelines coming up. There's the slide. Keeps the clock running. It's approaching the 2-minute mark now in this ball game. Mariemont's going to be in no big hurry to get these plays off. There's no play clock right now, but the back judge is the one that signals how much time they got left. Vianello, he's got a first down and more. Vianello still on his feet. 40, 35, 30.
We got a bunch of clips.
And a clip's going to make this comeback. And they got a Reading player on the ground. Big time clip over on the other side. I tell you what, Vianello had the speed there.
3 flags came in simultaneously on that play. But the good news, well, if there is good, first let's look at the injured player for Reading. But Yep, that's obviously a block in the back.
Oh, yeah.
But it'll be from the spot of the foul, so he still may have the first down.
They're still attending to the Reading player. It's actually on the Mariemont side over there. So Mariemont's trainer is Jeremy Spites. So we still see the player being tended to down there. That was a very hard hit from back. Both teams are now huddling up to talk about this. So that's going to be, is it 10 yards or 15 yards, Bob, on the
I think
penalty?
that's 15 yards.
If it's 15 yards, it won't be
It will be a little short.
It'll be short, yeah.
And it should still be second down. Went from second and about 2 to second and 5, I think.
Yeah. Still attending to the player on the other side. As they said, we're in week number 7, ICRC Friday Night Football, week number 7 of the regular season. It is getting to be crunch time now for some of these teams as far as the playoffs go. And our week number 10 is still kind of up in the air where we're going to be that week, because we're going to see what happens if we have any situations where we maybe have a playoff going on with some of the ICRC teams. We've got, we know we talked about Mount Healthy having a pretty darn good chance of getting into the postseason again, or the Owls have been there quite a few years. That tradition of the Owls, good football. Now we got the player up. That tradition, and that's Marcus Flagey. And there's CHL sportsmanship right now, Bob, being helped across the field by the trainers from both teams. Marcus Flagey's the one that took the hit. At least he's walking pretty good right now. He might have.
Problem is they moved the chains, and I don't think they should have been moved.
Well, I never saw him. Well, they did mark it off, or walk it off.
10 yards. I thought it was 15. I thought the block in the back was 15.
Well, that does give Mariemont a new set of downs at the Reading 40. 1:49 to go in the ball game. He's clinging to a 4-point lead. Big implications for them in the playoffs. Now, the question is, will it get them into the playoffs to the top 8 this week? Maybe not, but it will at least get them closer. Vianello.
Reading's going to take a timeout. They're second.
So it's going to be second down. He got back to the line of scrimmage, Vianello did. Like I said, it might not take him into the top 8 right now, Bob, but it certainly will get him a bit closer right now. And a lot depends on Mariemont. We got one thing you point out at the beginning, their wins they have a total of 4 wins of the teams they beat. So those second level points, they got to hope some of these teams start winning.
And each team, I believe, has Wyoming left, don't they?
Yes, each team has Wyoming left. You're correct.
Which would be tough for either team to pull it out. If they did, it'd be a ton of second-tier points. But that's a long row to hoe right there.
Well, each team also has Taylor left on their schedule, and Taylor, even though they're 2 and 4, they are a division above, and you get more points for a win against teams above you in the division. They said a little history last week with Delaney Day, maybe the first female to ever win a game in overtime for Taylor. Vianello.
Got another block in the back.
Now, it's going to come back again, so 1:35 to go. They're going to stop the clock here and bring it back. Delaney Day for Taylor kicked a 32-yard field goal in overtime for their win over Finneytown last week. And the best of my knowledge, she might have been the first female I've ever remembered winning a ball game on field goal. Nice little story on Channel 5 with her this week. Not a soccer player, a golfer. My type of person there, golfer. Although she could probably beat me out there on the golf course.
Did you golf today, Bill?
Yes, I did, but you know, drives were pretty good. The greens were absolutely unbelievably slow. It's up in Warren County, Armco Park. So they were so wet. Tough time out there. All right. Alan Forsythe, has he walked it off yet?
They may not take it.
Yeah, I think so. It's a good point because
they don't want to give an extra down.
Yeah, so it was declined by Reading.
3rd and 5 if they decline it.
Well, let's see what happens. 3rd and 5.
They decline it.
So a big 3rd down play.
The game clock is still stopped because the penalty. Play clock is now running. And it looks like Kerry Cummins wants a timeout.
Yeah, Cummins going to call his first timeout. So he has 2 left. Rob Page has 1 left for Reading.
Bill, your alma mater came away with a win tonight.
And that'd be the Laughlin Panthers.
The Laughlin Panthers beat Clark Montessori 39-6, I believe.
They are not doing too bad this year, I think. I think Panthers were picked to win the division, in the gray division, I believe they're in. In the opposite division you are, right? You're in Scarlet, right? For volleyball?
Well, for volleyball we are. The football divisions are not the same as volleyball.
I know they are.
There are more teams. They're different teams.
We're looking forward to next year, our 50th class reunion for a class of 68 at Laughlin. So we might be one of those football games. If it ends up being a football game, we'll have to do that game. That'll be an interesting game to do for me. All right, here we go. It is 3rd and about 5 for the Warriors. 1:35 to go. If they hold on to the ball, they might have the win here. Vianello. Nope, Rennie's going to keep it. No, Rennie is taken down. So now what do you do, Bob?
And Reading's going to take their last time out. Drop that clock. They don't want to run in time off the clock.
So Reading takes their 3rd time out. So I imagine if you're Hollander right now, you want to kick it. Try to pin them down deep as you can. Give them a lot of real estate to work with.
I believe that Reading's going to come with the punt block if they do go to kick. Might be a good time to throw a little pass out to the flat, try to fake punt, run the game out.
Reading special teams have had 2 touchdowns this year. Mancini Jackson a kickoff return, and Keontae Sanders last week a kickoff return. So let's see what happens. And they're going for it, Bob. Wow. 4th down and about 7. The Warriors are going for it. Trips out to his right. Reading showing blitz. Wally Rennie got some time. Got a man out there in the open. And it is broken up down there by number 24, Elijah Vaught. He's a junior.
That was just a great play. He had no idea where the ball was, but the ball hit him in the back of the hands. Hit him in the back.
Elijah was anticipating. He was waiting
he saw
to
the
see.
receiver's eyes get big, puts his hands up, and he threw his hands up at the same time.
So Elijah Vaught, a big play now. 1:20 to go. Reading now at the
timeout.
At the 37-yard line, yep. Johnny Miller back over the center. He's got Mancini Jackson. Mancini breaks 1 tackle. He's not going to break Vianello's tackle, though.
That'll stop the clock until the chains get set.
So Mancini Jackson picks up about 18 or about 14 on that play. Miller. Back to Justin Drayling. Drayling drops it.
Tried to run before he caught it.
But that does stop the clock with 1:04 to go. That gives now Reading a little bit of time here to get a play set. Johnny Miller was drilling a little pat on the helmet there, so that's okay. It might have actually helped him a little bit. Miller, back to pass. He's looking, he gets a big rush. It is short to Mancini Jackson, but boy, I tell you what, the Warriors are putting a rush on him.
All falls incomplete, intended for Jackson. Just inside a minute to play, brings up 3rd and 10.
And that was led by Curtis, Marshawn Curtis. Third down and 10 now for the Blue Devils.
They don't have to get it all. They need to get 10, though. Stop the clock. Get the first down.
59 seconds. Drailing in motion. And
yeah, he was moving forward.
Yeah, he was moving forward. It's going to be a free thing. Pass interference down this side. So now we got offsetting penalties. In a way, we're just going to do the down over again now. Reading definitely had a motion. And so offsetting penalties here. Is this going to be back to 3rd down and Reading lost about 7 seconds on the clock.
Penalties offsetting, that'll bring up 3rd down and 10 one more time.
Pass was intended for Gabe Van Skype. Van Skype talking to Mancini Jackson now over on that side. Van Skype kind of directing traffic right there. And Reading, interesting formation here. Simmons now went out in receiving position. And the catch is made by Mancini Jackson. Mancini down to about the 31-yard line. Wow.
Now they're close enough to throw the ball to the end zone. They've got 42 seconds.
17 yards on that play. Simmons came out of the backfield and lined up in a receiving position.
He's doing it again right now.
Johnny Miller. Johnny got a man open. That's Van Skyte. Van Skyte out of bounds. And Vianello wrestled him out of bounds, and Alec Vianello lost his helmet.
There's a Reading player, looks like a freshman down there on the sideline. I don't know if he realized they're at the opponent's home field. He's trying to get the crowd riled up, and not much happening. He's excited, though. It's got to be an exciting time, especially a freshman when you're at the varsity game.
Well, looks like Kurt Cummings has called a timeout here with 30.1 seconds to go. So Reading at the Mariemont 22-yard line. If field goal is not going to do any good, they need a touchdown. Well, this week on our CHLsports.com, by the way, you can go there anytime. We called this game our SID Game of the Week, and it's turning into that right now. Game, yeah, go to CHLsports.com. Boy, we did break a record in September in hits. We almost broke the 400,000 mark.
You and your records.
390,000.
Nobody likes to show off except me. Good job.
Okay. And how many times, Bob, did you go there?
I probably went 20 times this week alone. I mean, the way all those league websites are now, it's all done by the same, as far as the formatting. So it's so much easier to see everything. And we have the same one with ours, the Miami Valley and the GCL and the MVC and the GMC and all of them. I'm checking out scores and checking out stats. And
Johnny Miller over the middle. He's got Mancini Jackson open. Mancini into the end zone. Mancini Jackson, 22 yards. Crossing pattern over the middle, and Mancini grabbed that ball in for his third touchdown of the night. We'll see this again.
Well, he just wasn't going to be denied.
No. Mancini dives into the end zone. Reading has a 2-point lead now. Sam Sofio, 23.4 seconds ago, going to try to give him a 3-point lead. 22 yards, Miller the Jackson. Mancini Jackson, his third touchdown of the night.
15 on the field. He must be the holder. So excited he forgot to get out there.
I don't have his number down here. He must be a freshman. Usually it's Marcus Flagey, and Marcus Flagey is hurt. Oh, he missed it. Well, I tell you, his holder got out there too late and just didn't get it down in time. So the PAT is no good. So a little bit of life left in this game here for Mariemont. Reading's up 23-21. That went off the left upright. Big night for Mancini Jackson. Big night for Johnny Miller. Johnny Miller, 3 TD passes. The Jackson for 11, 22, and 7 yards. Reading trying to hang on here for a big win tonight. The win tonight will assure Rob Page of at least a second 500 season, because they want more. We said Reading will play. Reading plays Wyoming next week. That'll be a home game. Then they'll play at home with Taylor 2 weeks from now. They'll finish on the road at Finneytown. Mariemont next week will be at Taylor. Be back here on the 20th of Wyoming. Bob and I will be back here for that game, and then they'll finish on the road at Deer Park. So Sam Sofio has done a good job on the kickoffs tonight. See if he squibs this one. He does. He rolls it up. Taken up by one of the up men. That's number 22. That's Sebastian Kreidler. He's a backup running back. 19.7 seconds ago.
Sebastian Kreidler on the return.
Okay. Our mystery guy was in catching. Orlando Smith?
No, I believe it was Caleb Embry.
Oh, Caleb Embry.
Caleb, because they were consoling him. Some of the players, I think he looked up like he felt horrible for not getting out there in time, thinking he might have cost the extra point. But you know what? Your team's still up 3.
Yep, 19.7 seconds.
Keep the faith, Caleb.
You got to go a long way to get in Cameron Holland's field goal. And Coward with the catch about midfield. And timeout is called. So that's a second timeout by Coach Curry Cummins. He has one left.
Yeah, he wishes he had that play that got called back in the first half right now. Of course, the two of these guys get excited down there. You can run that play again. That second drive when they threw the touchdown, it was called back.
You see right now, Reading with that 2-point lead. Trying to hang on, trying to get their 5th win of the season. And I think right now, Bob, I know there's 3 games left, but I think if Reading finishes the season at least 2-1, I think they pretty much made the playoffs.
Well, those 3 remaining games will be against Wyoming, Taylor, and Finneytown, the two very winnable games.
Yep. There's a reverse. Casella looking for somebody to throw to. He does. He's got a man out and open, and did he catch it?
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Only 2 seconds left. They got to get up and get ready to spike the ball because the clock will start right away.
The pass was Holiday, and officials are not going to start the clock. They have to be ready to go because as soon as the officials are done consulting, they're going to start the clock. 2.7 seconds ago. First down for the Warriors at about the 41-yard line. So Rennie's going to be under center, and he's going to take the knee real quick. He spikes the ball down, and the clock ran out. The clock ran out, and the Blue Devils have pulled off a big win here tonight at Doc Consul Stadium. And now Rob Page is smiling. So a big win as Ready moves to 5-2 on the season. Mariemont drops to 4-3, their second loss in a row. And a huge road win for them. And that's even more important, Bob, is winning on the road.
I don't think the Warriors know what hit them at the end of the game.
Well, I think it's big number 10 that hit him. Mancini Jackson, 3 big touchdown passes tonight from Johnny Miller. And really, you got to look at Sam Sofio's 32-yard field goal, as it was a 2-point game and a huge win for the Ready Blue Devils. Well, Bob and I will be back here in a couple weeks. Not sure. I think we are scheduled to be at Cincinnati Country Day next week with North College Hill. And you see the infamous Blue Crew down there. There's all your people who have helped with this production, especially thanks to Dean Lowry, who came out here tonight, did a great job. For Bob Murphy, this is Bill Brett saying your final score here from Mariemont. The Blue Devils 23, the Warriors 21. Goodbye.